Hey guys, this video is about how to repair a noisy electric dryer. Troubleshooting and repair made simple and easy. This is a call that you will receive a lot. So we're going to find out exactly what we need to check first and then how to repair this dryer. Before we get started, as always with all appliance troubleshooting and repair, make sure you practice safety first. What should you check first? As you guys already know from watching my other videos, I like to keep things simple and easy. Also, while I'm thinking about it, if you have not already subscribed and you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. As with all electric dryers and even gas dryers, anytime it's making noise, it is mechanical. The top 6 reasons an electric dryer is making noise is number 1, idler pulley, number 2, drum rollers and axles, 3, blower wheel, 4, drive belt, 5 is the front drum glides, and number 6, last but not least, the drive motor. So here's the noise that the dryer is making. As always, the first thing you want to do is unplug the appliance. In this case, the dryer is already unplugged, but I also like to check the terminal block to make sure that no wires are loose or frayed. Now this happens to be an LG dryer. The next step is to remove the 2 Phillip head screws, and then after that we're going to remove the top lid. I normally use a small flathead screwdriver and then just pull it back and up. After you remove the top, there are 2 Phillip head screws that you need to remove to release the front control panel. Some people call it the user interface. And after you remove those 2 Phillip head screws, that panel will pull forward, as you're going to see in a couple of seconds. I do want to mention the LG dryer, you need to find a disassembling sequence as you see I'm doing here, because there are a little more labor involved when it comes to disassembling this dryer. The next step is to release the front control panel completely and set it to the side. So we need to remove the wiring harnesses that are connected to this panel. However, there is a tip that I teach my students in our membership area so that you don't have to read a schematic when you have to reassemble it. After we remove the control panel, just take out the lint filter and then remove the 2 Phillip head screws below that, and then we're going to the next step. After we have removed the 2 Phillip head screws at the lint filter, there are 4 Phillip head screws that hold the front panel onto this dryer. Some of them have a strong torque, so you're going to have to put a little muscle, but that's the next step in disassembling this dryer. Now that we removed the 4 Phillip head screws, disconnect the door switch harness and then lift up and back, and you take off the front panel. Now that we've removed the front panel, there are 2 Phillip head screws that are holding the lint filter housing. Just remove those, pull down and back, and you'll be able to access the inside of the dryer. This dryer had 2 problems, but I want you to see this burned lint. This is a fire hazard, an accident that's waiting to happen. It was one of the problems was it was not making noise. The other one, it was not heating, which it was a blessing in disguise. We know one of the problems for this dryer, it was not heating. Since we have access to the heating coil, we're going to do a continuity check. Now, quick note, this dryer actually has a 3-prong tabs for the heater coil, so you must test all 3 for continuity. Now we need to remove the top front bracket. There are 4 phillip head screws that you're going to need to remove. 2 in the front and 2 at the very top, 1 on each end. After you remove those screws, all you have to do is lift up and pull forward, and that bracket will come off. Then just release the harness from the little plastic clip and set the bracket to the side. Now the next step is to release all harnesses. Some of them have a little plastic clip easily to remove. Also the light harness here. And then you're going to remove 4 phillip head screws from the front shroud or the front bracket. Don't forget to release the harness at the bottom that goes to the little temp sensors. We'll discuss that on a later video. Once you remove the 4 phillip head screws, the brackets have drop-in slots. You just need to lift up till the tabs clear like you see here, and then pull forward, and you will be able to remove that front shroud. Some of them will be a little bit challenging at first. Now we're going to find out where that noise was coming from, which was a tub roller. This particular dryer has 4, 2 on the front shroud and 2 in the rear. Here is the heating element with the 3 prongs I was telling you about earlier to the heating coils. Another tip, always test the thermostats to this heating element. You already have the dryer disassembled, so you want to make the most of that disassembly. Don't assume because the heating element tested that it was defective or burned out that that's the only problem to the dryer. Always test everything, or you will end up disassembling this dryer again after you assemble it and it's still not heating. As you can see here, I am changing out both thermostats, so always test everything, or otherwise you will have to disassemble this dryer when you put it back together and it does not operate as it should. That's it for this video. Now all you have to do is reassemble it, and as always, be blessed and be encouraged.